Alright guys, so the first step to making this little tillering thingamajig, or whatever you want to call it, I think the guy that I learned how to make it from called it a gizmo. But anyway, first thing we're going to do, we got a 2x4 here. We're going to cut it down to 6 inches long. Now we're going to cut it down to 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. So basically we're going to measure over from one side 1.5 inches, and we're going to cut it down this way. Alright guys, next we went off the back here. We found the center. We measured over 3/4 of an inch on each side of that line. Then on the top part here, where our flat part that we just cut is, we measure from the corner down to there. We just basically drew a line from this corner down to our 3/4 inch mark down here. And we're going to go ahead and cut those chunks off now. Alright, next you're going to want to find the center to the part we tapered down to. We're going to have put a 5/16 nut in here. So we're going to be using a 1/2 inch drill bit to drill down just deep enough for this to sit flush on across the wood here. Once we do that, we're going to switch our bit out to a 5/16 and go ahead and drill all the way through it. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and sand this down before we put our nut in place. Alright, now you'll notice that our nut is a little bit bigger than our hole, but we're going to be able to tap this down in there and it won't move after that. Alright, all we have left to do is go ahead and put our pencil in. Now you may want to start this, I actually started mine with a nut before I put it in here. So I've got some threads on here already. I did that by taking a pair of vice grips, holding the nut in place, and then running my pencil through it. It's not that difficult or anything. But you will want to sharpen your pencil first. I need to do that before I put it back through. But basically you'll just take it and you may be able to just start it by hand. And the nut will actually cut the threads as it goes. And that's how you end up with it. You just want it sticking up just a little bit. But like I said, I need to sharpen that before I go too far. Alright guys, well at this point you can put a finish on it if you'd like. Honestly, this is just made out of a 2x4 and I'm just going to use it here and there. So I'm not too awful worried about doing all that. But you can do it however you'd like. You can make it out of a hardwood and make it last longer and everything. But this is just something for a bow that I'm making right now. And if I get into making several of them, I'll probably make a better one, of course. But anyway, here's our final product here. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and consider supporting BS with AJ on Patreon so we can do bigger and better projects for you guys. We'll see you next week.